1.85 seconds, while fellow countryman Massimiliano Kofone placed third as he crossed 21.97 seconds. Ojulu was part of the Team Nigeria to the African Games in Accra and the African Championship in Douala. To the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we are ahead of the October AFCON 2025 doubleheader qualifying round at the Libyan Football Federation. LFF has appointed Nasir Al-Hadiri to lead the national team, succeeding Serbian coach Micho, who was dismissed in the past few days after the team's negative result against Rwanda and Benin Republic. Coach Al-Hadiri will be assisted by national coach Abul Bark Al-Harak, while Misbah Shagab will be the goalkeeper coach. While the national team awaits an important match on October 9th against Nigeria at the AFCON qualifier, the head of the LFF, Abdul Hakim Al-Shamani, said in a press statement that the LFF has already concluded its arrangement on everything with the national coach Al-Hadiri to take over the training of the Libyan national team. As the new coach has great experience at technical level and previously held the position of assistant coach with the Spaniard Javi Clemente in the Libyan national team far back as 2014. Now let's talk AIBA. Let's know that following from the completion of the preliminary round of the Confederation of African Football CAF, CAF has issued a deadline to all qualified teams, including AIBA, on registration of players. The People's Elephant on Sunday reached the group stage of the competition after a 3-2 penalty shootout victory over Eto Filanto of Burkina Faso. The football governing body on Monday morning gave the team until the 30th of September to complete the registration of their players. According to CAF, the team can either remove or add new players to the already registered players. Stay with AIMBA. We hear that, of course, African Soccer Governing Body has released the pot for the qualified team of the group stage of the Confederation Cup. AIMBA International is among 16 qualified teams from the group stage of the competition. The Puss Elephants are placed in pot 3 alongside Al Jarraf, CS Constantine, Bravo de Wikui, Lunda Suliat, and Orapa United, Black Bulls, and Stellenbosch. Pot 1 consists of Zamalek, RS Bekene, Simba SC of Tanzania, USM Orjas of Algeria, while Pot 2 has ASEC Musa of Ivory Coast, Stade Malian, Al Masri of Egypt, and of course CS Sfaxien of Tunisia. Okay, beat of the Super Eagles more. We hear the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying match, the 4 encounter between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and their Libya opponent has gotten a new venue. Bottom team Libya has opted to host Group D leaders Nigeria at the Metel of Benina Stadium in the return leg fixture. The facility is located in the city of Benina, some 19 kilometers outside the country's second city, Benghazi. Known previously as Hugo Chavez Stadium, the stadium is a 10,000 capacity facility with an artificial turf. Both countries will do match the 3 battle. The Gulf Lakbabi Stadium in Uyo Friday. Match in Uyo will kick up 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The battle in Benina will commence 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We all know that Libya at bottom of Group D after 2 rounds of matches following a 1-1 draw to Rwanda and a 1-2 loss to the Cheetahs of Benin Republic in Abidjan. And out to some Nigerian players abroad, we hear that Nigerian Super Falcons defender Tosin Dimei has sealed a year deal with Turkish club Galatasaray. Born in 2022, the defender started her career in his country team Sunshine Queens and then played for Rivers Angels FC and Reims, respectively. The club announced her signing on Monday afternoon. Galatasaray Petro Fisi signed a 1-year contract with professional football player Oluwatosin Blessing Dimei, which will play a successful career under Galatasaray jersey. The club said Dimei was part of the Super Falcon team at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. And now to some more news that has Nigerian player, the next lady who's been on the news this time around is a certain Gift Monday. She's also a member of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I can confirm to you that she has signed a 3-year extension. Yes, a 3-year extension with her team, CD Tenerife, in the Spanish Liga. She signed up with the team as far back as 2014 when she left Bielsa, 2014 when she left Bielsa Queens. And now she signed a 3-year deal as she remains with the team in Spain. We hear that Galatasaray chief plan on Osimhen's permanent transfer. When asked about whether he could leave the club as early as January, the man is saying no. They haven't had any plan on life with Victor Osimhen even after this summer. We also hear that, of course, for fans of Juventus, that Juventus could also be looking to sign him as early as this summer. They feel that Vlahovic could not be that man that would lead the line for Juventus. They don't think he's a top-class striker in the category of the likes of Lautaro Martinez or Romelu Lukaku, and so they want to get in either Jonathan David of Lille or Victor Osimhen, who still is tied to his permanent club in Napoli. Okay, guys, let's leave the local scene for a moment and let's delve down to the foreign scene. I'll leave you what's happening from the foreign scene. And of course, let's begin the foreign scene where else. But of course, let's start off all the way from tennis and let you know that injured Emma Raducanu has pulled out of this week's China Open in Beijing because of a foot injury. The 21-year-old Briton had to retire from injured from a Korean Open quarterfinal in Seoul on Saturday because of issues. Raducanu's name appeared in the Beijing draw when it was released on Monday before she withdrew shortly afterwards. The world number 54 was due to face qualify in the first round with Chinese 5th seed Zheng Quinin potentially waiting in the next round. Also, Rafa Nadal has been included in Spain's squad for the Davis Cup Final 8 in November. The former world number 1, who's 38, has been added alongside world number 3, Carlos Alcaraz, Roberto Batista Agut, Paulo Cranabusta, and Marcel Granollers. Nadal, who has not competed since Paris 2024 Olympics, where the 22-time Grand Slam champion was beaten in the singles by Novak Djokovic and lost in the quarterfinals of the doubles after partnering Alcaraz. He withdrew from the US Open in August and last weekend's Lavas Cup because of fitness concerns. And now to football, we hear that, of course, the Franken Group has reached an agreement to buy Fahad Moshiri's majority of 94% stake in Everton. The deal is subject to regulatory approval from the Premier League, the Football Association, and the Financial Conduct Authority. It's believed that to be worth excess of £400 million, leaving Moshiri with little return on his substantial investment. The US-based group is led by Chairman Dan Frankskin, who also owns Roma. He has a net worth of £5.7 billion, according to Forbes. Also, we hear that Barcelona goalkeeper and captain Marc-Andre ter Stegen has successfully had a successful surgery on Monday after rupturing his patella tendon during Sunday's La Liga victory against Villarreal. The German international was carried off on a stretcher during the first half after his right knee buckled as he landed while catching the ball. No time scale has yet been put on the 32-year-old recovery, but it has been reported in some Spanish media outlets that ter Stegen could miss at least 7 months. Talking about injury, one man is also out of the season. His name is Rodri. He's reported to be out of the remainder of the season after suffering a torn cruciate ligament in his right knee during South's 2-2 draw against Arsenal. According to Marca, Rodri sustained a cruciate ligament tear during Sunday's game at the Etihad Stadium. They claim a more definitive diagnosis will be available later on Monday, with midfielder set to undergo test in Spain. Rodri went down holding his leg in agony after 16 minutes of the Premier League clash after seeing to jar his knee while contesting Arsenal's Thomas Partey for the ball in his own area. The 28-year-old withered on the ground in pain before appearing to hold back tears as he limped up from the field alongside City medical staff. We hear that Manchester City and Arsenal will face no retrospective punishment after Sunday's fiery clash at the Etihad. City striker Erling Haaland threw the ball at the back of Gabriel's head after City's injuries time equalizer, but the FA cannot be involved as incident was reviewed at the time by the VAR John Brooks. While the FA disciplinary team review each contentious incident in all the games, every weekend we hear that City and Arsenal match that is worthy of further FA action. We'll wait and see, but the year there will be no retrospective punishment. Yesterday, the game between Atlanta and, of course, Como, the had our own Ademola Lookman, was called off due to heavy rain for the European champions. They wrote on their X-handle to inform tickets issues holders that they can attend the Atlanta Como match, initially scheduled for Monday, but it has been postponed to Tuesday 8:45. So if you have your ticket, you can go watch it. Postponed from yesterday to today due to heavy rainfall. Also, we heard that Newcastle United Carabao Cup third round tie at AFC Obidin on Tuesday was postponed because of flooding at the League Two club stadium. The match, which was scheduled to kick off 7:45, has been rearranged and will now be played at the Newcastle St James's Park ground on the 1st of October. AFC Obidin say heavy overnight rain caused extensive flooding on the River Wandle and surrounding areas. And let's give result of game played yesterday in the Spanish La Liga. Real Betis 1, Mallorca 2. In the League 2, we have Fleetwood 2, Mokambe 2. Turkey Super League, Gaziantep played a goalless draw with Trabzonspor. Gustep beat Kayserispor by 3-0. In the Portuguese Premier League, with has our own Bruno Yemechi. He was in action for his team, but his team were well beaten by Benfica at home by 3-0. With the Saudi Arabia Kings Cup, Al Fahd beat Al Batin by 4-0. Al Zam 1, Al Nasri 2. Al Tai beat Al Khalil by 5-2. Al Halil 1, Al Jandar 2, Al Ettifaq 2, Al Dal 0, and of course that's how Panda. Games will continue today. Don't forget, in the Spanish La Liga at the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium, Sevilla will take on Valladolid 6 p.m. is that time. Valencia will take on Osasuna 6 p.m. as well that time. And at the Santiago Bernabeu, it will be Real Madrid hosting Deportivo Alaves. In the Serie A, that game that was postponed between Atalanta and Como will take place today 7:45 Nigerian time. And the EFL Cup, Chelsea is in action. They play Barrow 7:45. Man City will take on Watford 7:45. Warsaw will take on Leicester City 7:45. And of course, Wakombe Wanderers will welcome Aston Villa. That game is for 8 p.m. Don't forget their games as well in the Coppa Italia Premier round. Lecce will take on Sassuolo. That game is for 3 p.m. Cagliari will take on Cremonense. That game is for 5:30 p.m. And Torino would welcome Empoli. That game is for 8 p.m. And before we go in the Saudi Kings Cup, we have Al Baraika take on Al Hilal, Al Jabalain will take on Al Fateh, Al Ittihad will take on Al Il, and Al Khalud will take on Al Shabab. All those games are today. We hear that Everton prospective owner Dan Frinkin has identified Gareth Southgate as a potential candidate to replace fellow Englishman Sean Dykes as manager at Goodison Park. We hear that Liverpool are appearing to raid Bayer Leverkusen for German midfielder Florian Wirtz, Netherlands defender Jeremy Frimpong, and Argentine midfielder Ezequiel Palacios. We hear the Reds are also interested in Spanish midfielder Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, the guy they missed out in the January transfer window. Liverpool, England defender Joe Gomez is wanted by Aston Villa and Newcastle. Real Madrid are monitoring Nottingham Forest defender Murillo, but faces competition from Barcelona and Bayern Munich for the Brazilian. And finally, we hear Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham Hotspur among the club interested in Lille, England midfielder Angel Gomez. Okay, this is how much we can take on the show today, guys. Come on, quick 15 minutes, but come on. I'll be back again at 5 p.m. It's Sport Lounge, where we give you 1 hour. Yes, 1 complete hour of sport extravaganza 5 to 6, and you can also have your say during that show. Okay, remaining one and only your sport bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor.